We sang a song this morning, Glory to His Name. Now, Lynn and I don't talk about the sermon, do we? No. Debbie won't even let me read it to her ahead of time because she doesn't want to be surprised. She says, I want to be surprised. Don't try it out on me. So there's probably going to be typos and things like that, but just bear with me. Verse 3 on this song says, O precious fountain that saves from sin, I am so glad I entered in. There Jesus saves me and keeps me clean. Glory to His name. Spring cleaning. You know, in the spring of the year, I see windows going up. I see paintbrushes being cleaned. You see farmers in the field. You hear hammers and nails on roofs. You feel that warm breeze blowing. The sun is warmer than you felt it for months. And it makes you feel warm inside. It makes you feel good. But I was thinking of something a little different. Oftentimes, as Christians, we need to spring clean our thinker up here a little bit. You know, we get so caught up in the way things are and the problems we face. And sometimes they just linger on and on and on, that we get stuck in a rut, so to speak. We start losing that zeal. We start losing that sharpness that once burned so bright inside us. And I find for me, oftentimes, I need to stop. Just stop. Refocus on the things that life is most important. And then God will use these times to begin to revive us in a unique and wonderful relationship with Him. Yesterday morning I told Deb, I said, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. Got a big day, got a lot of stuff I got to get done. 10 after 7 I was up. And I just felt an urgency to pray. You ever feel that? You ever just think, I got to do this? So I went down to my office and I started praying a little bit. And it felt like my prayers went this far and they hit a wall. And they just stopped. I'm like, God, what's going on, man? I'm praying, I'm doing what you want me to do. And He said, go to church. Go to church. Don't be disturbed. Now, every time I come to church, if you see my car out there, that door is always unlocked. Always. Isn't it, Simon? He comes in all the time and sees people stop in. But yesterday morning, I locked it when I came in. And for about an hour, sat and prayed. What's next, God? We're going to talk about this morning a little bit, being heavenly minded. Not getting so caught up in the things around us, but start thinking about the things that are beyond us. Things that are challenging to us. Things that require some discipline on our parts. Things that require some time together as a family. Some time in God's holy word. And this morning I want us to look at that. We're going to spring clean our mind a little bit, okay? We're going to get rid of the stuff from winter. That's gone now. That song says, give me the strength when I am old. I told Dennis the other day, I said, I still feel like I'm 30. He goes, you don't look it. Some of us are a little old in our faith. But God's the same. He's still real. He's still with us. Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 4 on page 834 tells us this. Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. Let's pray. Father God, thank you this morning for your word, Lord. Thank you for the environment here, the relationship we have with each other. And we can come together in love, Father God. And we can shake hands and hug necks and have faith and trust in one another. Or we can lean on each other, Father God. And we can just be ourselves and come to you together, Father God, united as one body. Lord, this morning we're going to look at your holy word. And I pray, Father God, that these words will speak to our hearts, that our minds will be open and our hearts will receive this morning your special word for us today. Holy Spirit, we know none of this is possible without you. So you are free to minister this morning. Give us the strength, Lord. Give us the knowledge and give us the wisdom to clean our minds and draw close to you in a heavenly minded attitude. We pray these things in Jesus' precious name. Amen. Amen. Now I'm going to scare you a little bit. In my 51 years of life, I've talked to a lot of people. I love talking. I can talk and talk and talk, and I think sometimes people say, what did he even say? But I was in sales for a number of years, and I met a lot of people. And I've come to realize that it is possible to determine a person's character by finding out the things that they really love and the goals that they have in their lives. This morning I want to ask yourself some questions. Can you do that for me? You don't have to answer them. Just kind of put them in the back of your mind. What are 3 things you most earnestly are working for right now? 3 things right now that you're working for. What are 3 things that you love the most in your life right now? And what are 3 things you think about a lot the most? 3 things. Had a fella give me a dump trailer to go behind my garden tractor. And I do a lot of trimming trees and hauling wood around and whatnot, and my trailer last year just kind of died. So I got this trailer out and I spent a few hours cleaning it all up and painting it all up nice and pretty and putting some stuff in the tires so hopefully they don't go flat and all this neat stuff. And I got done with it yesterday, cleaned my garden tractor all up, washed and waxed my car, washed and waxed the wife's car. And I started taking pictures of these things. And before I knew it, I was putting them on Facebook. My 2 favorite rides. My garden tractor and my car. And then I started thinking about these questions. What's most important to me? What am I working for? Jesus used this same method to understand a person's true character. The heart is the seat of all emotions, and it determines how and what we think. Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 21 says this: "Do not store up yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourself treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Where your treasures are, there is where your heart is. This morning, I would like us all to be really honest with ourselves. As I was yesterday. Come up to church and I pray. And I go home and I start working on earthly treasures. Doesn't make much sense, does it? Anybody could break into my garage and steal those things. Anybody could. Matter of fact, if you got in my garage, I never take my keys out of the ignition. So you just drive away with my car. We'd never know. Where your heart is, there's where your treasures are. This morning, we need to understand, for the most part, our affections, our trusts, are revealed by our thoughts. The more we focus on things of this world, the less we focus on God. And here's a perfect place to see where a person's heart is. Look in their checkbook. I did that. I looked in Debbie's too. She didn't know it. What do we spend to enjoy things of this earth? It's crazy. And guys, why is this so difficult for us as Christians? Why is this so hard to set our minds on eternal things and not things of this world? A lot of people would say that the answer is because of our sin nature. We were born into sin. We walk in sin. We have sin, sin, sin. And you know that's a good answer. But yet Jesus walked in this world just like we did. And he was known to have no sin. You see, Christians have two sets of desires. We have the desire to be to heaven, but we have the desire to have a nice life here on earth. And is that all wrong? I don't think so. Jesus said, above all else, he wishes for us to prosper and to be in good health. Above all else. Paul spoke of this conflict in Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 and 17. He says, "So I say, live by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the sinful nature. For the sinful nature desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to sinful nature."